I'm Nancy. This is my channel. I'm an actual stroke survivor. This is me in a wheelchair a year and a half after my stroke. When my stroke was done, I was completely paralyzed on my left-hand side. I'm able to walk a little bit, move my left arm, and do a lot of things that I couldn't do before. But I thought you might be interested in what a stroke actually looks like. So I'm taking one for the team and showing you what it really looks like on my own personal CAT scans. Hello, fellow stroke survivors. I thought you might be interested in knowing what an actual stroke in progress actually looks like. And so I'm taking one for the team and using this CAT scan of my own brain. And where that brown arrow is where the blood clot is. And the blood clot is kind of hard to see because the vein that it's in is actually perpendicular to the plane of this picture. So it's not sideways, it's lodged inside that vessel, which you're kind of looking straight into. So that's where the blood clot is that caused all the problems. On this slide, the arrow is pointing to an artery or vein, I don't know which one, probably artery, that should have major blood flow in it. And this is a looking down image of my brain. And you can see that there's no blood flow there, or at least very little. Those veins are basically empty. There is nothing going on. My brain is having a stroke right now. There's brain cells throughout this whole thing that are dying right now. This is what it looks like when there's no blood flow all the way around there. Those of you who have watched my channel know what actually happened. The way I describe it is they used the medical equivalent of a coat hanger and went up through a vein through my heart, up into my brain, and pulled a clot out of my brain around the area where that arrow is that says clot location. They went right up into the center of my brain with this thing, grabbed that clot, and pulled it out. And the second that it got dislodged, you can see the massive increase in the blood flow. That's on the dark gray arrow a little bit to the left of the clot formation. But if you compare that to the previous screen where all those vessels were really faint, now they're gorged full of blood and they're restoring blood to my brain. And I'm actually recovering from the stroke right now. The stroke is ending. This is an actual MRI of my brain that was taken a couple of days after the stroke, and you can see the actual stroke site and the bit of damage that was done. If they hadn't gotten that clot out, I would have lost that whole hemisphere of my brain and I'd have been in big, big trouble. But fortunately for me, they took me to a place that could do the procedure. And this is fairly minimal damage to my brain compared to what it could have been. So I was actually very lucky. Here's another brain shot, and any of those white areas are places where brain tissue was lost. And I just thought it was kind of interesting to actually see a stroke in progress and to see what a stroke leaves behind, the damage that it leaves behind. So it's a fairly small area. I still have a lot of brain left, and that's what I say in one of my other videos. It keeps me motivated for stroke recovery is that a stroke, even if it takes 10% of your brain, you still have 90% to work with. So that's my motivation to continue to work hard. I know that I have a lot of brain left to work with. And as you can see from this, I do. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this informative. I hope your stroke was better. And subscribe if you like your content, and see you in the next video.